Hello, everybody. Hello, good people. This is Uncool Paranoia here, coming back at you again with another video. Just here to share a few more thoughts because I've been seeing some random articles popping up that are concerning me a bit about food. And I wasn't even looking into anything about food, but this stuff just keeps popping up. So I just thought I'd talk about it. And first off, I just want to thank all my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for coming around and just showing interest in my channel and even taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I'm just some chick with a laptop, but you're probably feeling the same way I feel. So I just want to share my thoughts. I have no idea where to take this channel, where this channel is going, what I'm going to do with it, how long it's going to be around, because a lot of the truther channels are being taken out. So I'm just here because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy looking into these things and discussing it with like-minded people. So thank you guys for subscribing and thanks for listening to me. All right, so let's just get to it. First article I wanted to share here about this synthetic food. Pretty much what these folks are doing is they want to turn everything we've got into their utopia. They want to make everything anti-human. Um, they want to hand it to us in such a way that has a metaphorical bow on it. Well, they want us to think there's a bow on it. You know, if you don't have two brain cells to rub together, you probably think it's a good thing, but it's definitely not. Anything coming from the World Economic Forum, then you probably already know. So let's take a look at this. Can a country with no livestock become a meat producer? Singapore is going to try. Let's take a look. Let's read a little bit of this. And this is a fairly recent article, May 29th, 21. I just randomly stumbled across it because I was messing around on Scroogle trying to look up something else completely unrelated. And this article kind of popped out at me. It was a suggested article, like, wow, this was actually being promoted on Scroogle. But anyway, let's read a little bit. They are, without question, the fanciest chicken nuggets I have ever eaten. There are two plates on my kitchen table. One of the nuggets are diced, mixed with finely shredded carrot, cabbage, and mushroom, and encased in a velvety dumpling drizzled with chili oil. On the other, they are cut into crispy cubes over a salad of kale and orange topped with edible blue flowers. But what makes them fancy isn't so much the presentational flourishes as the chicken itself. It didn't come from an animal. It was grown in a vat in Singapore. Delicious. The nuggets, a little spongier than a regular chicken, but crispy and delicious, just like the real thing, are produced by EatJust. The American company that also makes plant-based egg has a facility in Singapore to manufacture cultured meat, which involved propagating cells in a factory rather than slaughtering animals. EatJust is the first company in the world to have a cultured meat product approved for sale. Certified by the Singapore Food Agency last December, the chicken is now available in Singaporeans via delivery from Madame Fan, a Chinese restaurant at the Marriott Hotel. Let's see. Earlier this month, EatJust raised $170 million in new funding, much of which it is plowing into a larger factory in Singapore to produce meat for the Asian market. It is not alone. Over the last couple of years, around 20 companies developing lab-grown meat and plant-based protein have set themselves up in Singapore, which is fast becoming Asia's most important food technology hub. In time, this tiny island with no livestock and hardly any agricultural land may become a meat producer. Would you check that out? Happy days ahead, folks. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look at this. Oh, here's another important paragraph here. For Singapore's food industry, necessity is the mother of invention. The country currently imports more than 90% of its food, a reliance on foreign farming that has long concerned the government. The pandemic's disruption of global supply chains has only intensified the worry. Although supermarket shelves have remained well stocked throughout the CV-19 crisis, says Klaus Schwab. Okay, let me stop. Singapore sources uh, Singapore sources food from more than 160 countries. The government is trying to increase self-sufficiency. It wants 30% of Singapore's nutrition to come from domestic sources by 2030. There goes that magic year, you guys. Agenda 2030. We all know about it. And it's just amazing how all of this stuff lines up. Uh, Multiple countries, they're all on one accord. want the food synthetic, want to get rid of animals because they're so evil, right? Oh yeah, and the cow farts are destroying the climate. Oh yeah, forgot about that too. Gotta mention that. And here's one other article here. Look at this. Ah, doesn't it look mighty delicious? No animal died to make this steak. This is from Science News for Students. This is another article that popped up on Scroogle as I was looking up something that was completely unrelated. So let's read on. The first 3D printed ribeye relies on tissue engineering technology. Delicious. This is a fairly recent article too from May 21st, but it popped up on my Google feed. All right, so it looks like a steak, it cooks like a steak, and according to the scientists who made and ate it, the thick and juicy slab smells and tastes like a steak. A ribeye, specifically. But appearances can be deceiving. Yeah, you got that right. Unlike any steak found on a menu or store shelf today, this one didn't come from a slaughtered animal. Now, wouldn't you say? Scientists printed it earlier this year with a bioprinter. Wait, earlier this year? Well, are they just now eating it? Okay, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Either way, it's gross. All right, so the machine is much like a standard 3D printer. The difference, this type uses cells as a form of living ink. It's disgusting. Let's see. Let's read a little more about this. The technology involves the printing of actual living cells, explains biologist Netta Levon. She helped develop the steak. Look at the day when a steak is developed. Oh my goodness. Those cells are incubated, she says, to grow in a lab. By that, she means they're given nutrients and kept at a temperature that lets them keep growing. Boy, using real cells this way, she says, is a real innovation over previous new meat products. This allows the printed product to acquire the texture and qualities of a real steak. Dude, that is disgusting. Let's see. Levon works at Aleph Farms, a company in Haifa, Israel. Funny when you see all this crazy stuff. This country just pops up. It's just like a little gnat at a barbecue. Just annoying. Okay, her Team Steak project grew out of a partnership between the company and scientists at Technion Israel Institute of Technology, which is in Rehavat. The ribeye is the latest addition to a growing list of meats grown in a lab instead of as part of some animal. As part of some animal. Like animals are just infinitesimal or just ridiculous beings or something like that. It's just crazy how these people talk about life and humanity like it's just nothing. Like we're just a ridiculous accidental speck on a globe spinning in infinite space. But that's a different conversation for another day. We're not going to get into that, but we're here to talk about food. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but this stuff just upsets me, people. And again, thank you guys for listening to me. But anyway, researchers call these new meats cultivated or cultured. Interest in them has grown in recent years, partly because the technology shows they are possible. Advocates say that if meat can be printed, then no animal would need to lose its life to become human food. In which that is part of the reason that God created him, is giving us dominion over the earth. In the New Testament has he's blessed the meat for us, but it's neither here nor there. But let's continue on. So we got meat covered. Now take a look at this. Some of you probably know about this, but I'm gonna just dab into this a little bit. And this is on Alliance for Science. GMO tomato as edible CV vaccine. Mexican scientists work to make it a reality. Now, I kind of thought this article was relevant because I talk a lot about the VC on my channel, and this kind of this is closely related to food. So this is crazy. This article is from May 6, 2020. So I'm gonna leave the link to this article because it's a pretty long one, but I kind of just wanted to point something out in here. All right. So, the big focus right now is getting the entire world inoculated. Every man, woman, and child, even cats and dogs, are at the mercy of the needle. So, but check this out though. Look how evil this is. What if the vaccine could be eaten instead of injected? Although the plant-based vaccines mentioned above have certain advantages over conventional vaccines, how do you decide? Who decides that they have it anyway? Their route of administration continues to be a thorough parenteral injection, the jab that can cause so much pain to children. Oh, because they care so much about the children. Man, don't you just love these guys? Don't you just love their God complex, how they're just here to save us? But what if, instead of using GM tobacco and purifying antigens to make an injectable vaccine, we could eat a genetically modified fruit that directly confers immunity? Mm, mm, mm. Although something like this is not yet in clinical use, or so they say, it's crazy how they like to claim that all the time. But if they have mentioned, if they mention it, you know darn well they're already doing it. It is not a novelty in experimental terms. Since the 1990s, several research groups have worked on the modification of edible plants and fruits that generate an immune response in the intestinal epithelium of animals after oral intake. Genetically modified crops, still at the experimental, not commercial level, used to create edible VCs, range from potato, tomato, lettuce, papaya, carrot, and rice to quinoa, alfalfa, banana, and algae. They have focused on hepatitis B, rotavirus, Norwalk virus, malaria, cholera, and autoimmune diseases, among others. So here's a little figure here. It's just showing what this stuff does to your body. And I'm going to leave this link in the description because, this is a big word sandwich of just crap of, oh, look how we can biogenetically change all of this but make it so great. But one other thing about this article that kind of stood out to me is look at this little guy up here in the upper left-hand corner. Look at this little spin wheel here in the beautiful rainbow colors. And this month just so happens to be Pride Month because we're so proud. And I'm not going to get into that. But what does this thing remind you of, guys? What does it look like? Now, I went on over to Scroogle here and Googled the old Sustainable Development Goals. And, it's one of the goals to control the food supply. And look at this symbol here. Yeah, look at this little spin wheel guy here. That's exactly what it reminded me of. All of these people are united, guys. They are on one united front. And this, just kind of relates into the one world religion, one world government, one world currency, one world everything. All related. So, last thing I just want to leave you with here, which kind of prompted me to even make this video, is this little tidbit here from the World Economic Forum because oh, they love us. Oh, the WEF. Oh, they're just here for us and they really care. And they want to make everything sustainable because, oh, it just sounds so good. This video is about stickers that they're going to place on the food to make it last longer. Look at this crap, guys. Oh, my goodness. Let me blow this up for you. Let me play it. Ah, don't you just love the World Economic Forum? They are here to help us because they love us so much. They're gonna put an edible sticker or goodness, a sticker to keep the food fresh. Now, I can't even begin to explain the science behind that. I kind of don't want to know. But then they had the nerve to say it's non-toxic. Ah, great. Now I feel better. Now I think it's an awesome idea. Yeah, that's that. But, yep. So that's just my thoughts on this. Food is under attack. Not too long ago, I read about some kind of cyber hack that broke into, let me see, that disrupted a large meat production company. I thought I had it bookmarked, but I see I don't. So I'll make a separate video about it. But yeah, that's that. I just kind of share these things to spark conversation, just to see how you guys are feeling out there. How do what do you think about it? And yeah, so thanks for listening to me. And this is Uncool Paranoia. And God bless you all. Thanks for stopping by and listening to me rant about this stuff. I'm just a chick with a laptop, but just tell me what you think. And have a good day, folks. Be the change you want to see, said Jeff C. And I'm out.